In this lecture, we will learn the implementation of the TQM, and another topic that we see about the cost. So if you want to increase the quality of the product, does the cost is matter, means the what we call the investment, it may be the manufacturing cost, the service cost. Is it just because of increasing the the quality, to increase the quality we should have to spend more money? Is it true, or what are the things that we need to do so that we can, with the same costing, we can have a quality of our product and the services? Okay, and this is very important because for industries, it is okay, the technology is available with us, the processes, the manufacturing, whether it is service, everything is available. Now how to utilize the things, that is very very important. Just like if you have a calculator, everyone have the calculator with the same functionings and the same whatever be the things in it. Okay, but the person who is calculate the calculation uh, may be required say the 3 minutes for the calculation. The one of the person may be required the 2 minutes for the calculation, one may be required 1 minute calculation. But the person who is doing just calculate for 1 minute, he two times do that part, just because one time it get fail, and the failing is just because some defect of while doing the calculation, means some mistakes. So ultimately what he has to do, he has to again just to spend 1 more minute for the calculation. Okay, now the another person is taking the 3 minutes, and one person is taking a 2 minute without any defect. So obviously, rather than I'm going for work, do the calculation in a 1 minute and I do the mistake, better way to I to give the more time, 2 minutes for that one without any mistake. Because of that, what happens? This time you can just save the time. One thing, and the second thing is that whatever the costing. Costing means obviously when you do something, when you are giving service or when you manufacture and you found there is a defect, ultimately the we are spending the amount on it. Okay, so we can reduce that one, that part that we will see in this lecture. The first, we will see about how to implement the TQM. What are the things that is to there so that I can implement the TQM in our organization or in my organization. So first part, implementation of a TQM. Okay, it is very important to implement the TQM in the organized manner. So this is very important. Every organization are give the importance of the quality, because they know that when the quality increase, ultimately their sales get increased and they get the profit. Okay, so it is very important. But how you can improve the implement the TQM? As I said, the tools is available with you, the techniques are given, the employee which is be in an organization, all are what we say well educated, but we need to have implement in an organized manner. That is very very important. Okay, for just like whatever be the barriers, if you overcome that barriers, then definitely it will be easy for you to do implementation part of a TQM. So that's why we learn first the what are the barriers. So is it possible for me to reduce the barriers? Obviously it is not in a zero manner, we are not reduced to zero, but yes, as possible as we. Wait a second. Okay, thank you. So fine. Am I audible to all properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. So it is important to implement this in an organized manner, the first thing. So even a good system does not work well nor is accepted by the employee if badly implemented. So the one of the reason that yes, the TQM is very good for the organization. We need to have quality management is and the quality service and quality products to given to the customers. Okay, and ultimately definitely it will be the helpful to the people who is working in that organization. When the sale growth, the profit gate, definitely it is distributed among the people. So it is a win-win situation to all, but for that you need to have a spend certain things. And here even a good system does not work many times, just like for example, that we always have try to implement the good things even in our life, but many times we are not accept the things, just like when you want to get up early in the morning, but unfortunately though it is a good habit, but we are not able to accept that part. The same thing is happened with the employee too. Okay, when the system is good, but properly if it is not organized manner they are implement, then it is difficult. Okay, so this is very important, how to implement in a proper way. Leadership is essential in every stage of the implementation. Now, in this situation, the leadership is a key role. Okay, so key role means he is the person who is still this TQM, and properly, and the implementation part is in his hand. Okay, so here the leadership with a good, if he has the ability, he has the characteristics that how to implement and to know what are the nature of the people who is working in organization, the decision making to implementation of it. Okay, for example, the following needs to be followed for effective implementation of TQM in the organization. How the leadership is a key role, that how when to implement and when to avoid the implementation of the TQM. Just like, for example, a senior management needs to be educated in the TQM concept. First of all, it is not possible that we give the good quality or the quality of the person who is at the low level. So, for example, obviously, say the peon. We are very much interested and want that the peon should work in a quality manner. But does it start from that lower one? No. You always started from the top management. Okay. Implement the TQM part in a top management, and then slowly and slowly you should go in a downward direction. And because of that one, definitely the boss, if it is work, it comes at a on time. Say for example, if the boss come at on time, then definitely all the colleagues who is under him, they always try to come on the time or before the time. But if the boss is not randomly, he just come late every in a week, 2 or 3 times he come in a bit, late, then ultimately the same thing happened with the same thing is followed by the followers, that is the team or the colleagues. Okay, so here the top management is the must, that they have to first implement, or they just to take that what is exactly mean by TQM, and they give the education to the senior management. Okay, the first timing of implementation is very important. In this case, the timing is very important. Okay, the implementation should be postponed when any of the following are happening in the organization. Many times that is the problem. Sometimes the good system we are implement on a bad situation. Okay, so rather than we have to work on the what is how the production I can increase, and I am trying to just give the quality of it. Okay, to the quality management, it is there are the certain time which is, we can say, we are not ready to just implement that part. One of the thing, the examples are mentioned, it is reorganization of the roles and the responsibilities. This is the biggest failure of a TKM of any organization. The cases happen that when the say the organization which is having the topmost the position is the president, and when the president change of that organization, and then suddenly there is a lots of changes are happen. Okay, just like when the CM or the PM of our country or the state get changed, the all the administration get changed. Okay, so the same thing is happened when the in an organization the president get changed. There is a the changes or the roles and responsibility are changed. They give the exchange the roles and responsibility to each people, and at the same time we the president try to implement the TKM. Now already the person who is working for a 5 years for a one position, and now his responsibility is changed, and now at the same time you say rather than he's studying or he's just learning that part of a new work, and we are giving another work extra workload, to add the total quality management. Because obviously when we say the total quality management, it means there are the certain extra things that we need to do, and that will be the biggest failure of a TQM in any organization. So when even when in a future when you become a boss of an organization and you want to do some changes, then let it be give a time to the people. First you need to have give a proper the roles and responsibility of your colleagues. You give the 1 year 2 years for just getting their job, just learning their jobs, okay, the responsibilities. And after that one you have to slowly you have to implement that TKM, because it is not a one day task. You need a long time, more than the 3 to 5 years for implementation of this one. Okay, so here you always, so don't do that mistake in the future. Okay, so that is the one of the things that is to reorganization of the roles and responsibility. That time don't go for just implementing that part. Okay, second is change in a senior management. So as I said many times, these are the things that happen, that the one of the owner get changed, and then the senior management definitely it is try to impress the people, and they again do some changes in that one, and they try to give some quality work. And in that situation also, it is not a good timing for the implementation of this TKM change in the senior management. Okay, interpersonal conflicts. Now, this is most of the organizations have the facing this problem, and we are not avoid that one, but we can minimize it. When there is interpersonal conflicts, means they just like a many times I gave the example of say the quality management, the quality manager and the production manager. So when the production, the product which produce in a production one, and then it is tested in a quality lab. And if there is a problem between these two people of top management, say the R&D, the manager of the production, there will be big problem, because every time they try to just find out the mistakes of each other. And when such a interpersonal conflicts are there, that time you need to look at what to do. So find the solution of it. Okay, change the responsibility of these people, or by any way. Obviously it is depend on the what the quality you have, how to avoid and how to reduce the conflicts between the people. Okay, so in that situation also you need to have first give take the solution of it, of the conflicts and all, and then you implement the part. Okay, then the fourth one, crisis in the organization. This is also the big problem when there is some problems you are facing. Just like the workers have on a strike, they don't get wages what they want, or the engineers may not be how satisfied with the things, and there are lots of crises. Even in a market, your sale is not good, it get reduces. Okay, so what happened? This is the crisis that happened. First, we try to overcome that one. So see the solution of crisis. The solution of crisis is not every time it is a total quality management. Yes, the quality of the product, if it is it is reduced, then okay, you can do work on the quality only. Don't work on the what the management and how the workers to do and how the things are happening. Okay, forget about it. First, take the solution, find the solution of the crisis in the organization. Once that is settled, you find that okay, now there is a minimum crisis are there, and now we can have implement this process so that the same thing is not happen future in the future. So in that situation, obviously the crisis don't implement, but first find the solution. After that one, you have to implement this TKM. Because ultimately when you try the things, when you try new things, and in a first attempt if you fail, then it is very difficult for us to again try to second attempt, because we lose the confidence. Definitely it is not the case, we can overcome that part, but yes, that is the things are happen. Even in a top management, we are not able to justify the things that these are the things, just because of that one the TQM is failed. For example, you become a GM and you are giving the presentation to the president, and here that president is very happy and say okay, don't worry, you can implement it, and in a very manner we are implement that part. But after some year, you found that it is a failure, and that president also not happy with that one. then you are giving the reasoning behind the failure. Rather than that one, in the first attempt, it could be give a good result. Okay, a time consuming project is underway. So that time when you are working on some time consuming project, and that time it is not possible for you, a top management, to just to watch and to take a follow up of that TQM. So better way, let it be stop for that particular period, and once that is over, then you will go ahead for it. Okay, so these are the certain things where we need to have what we call to stop the implementation process of a TQM. The one is the reorganization of roles and responsibilities. This is to first two is very important. Okay, the first is very reorganization of roles and responsibilities. Just like when the something is changed, we need to have required a time. Okay, so reorganization of roles and responsibilities, change in the senior management, interpersonal conflicts, crisis in the organization, and the time-consuming project is underway. That time you just stop the implementation of, or you need to postpone it. Okay, postpone this TQM, and after once that is the solution, you get a solution, and then you can implement that part. The middle managers should be actively involved in the implementation. Now, in the first paragraph, we see how when to we have to implement the part. Okay, the another case, the another point that we will discuss here, it is the middle manager should be actively involved in the implementation of TQM. Only then the commitment of the percolates to the other levels of the organization. Now, if you see the hierarchy of the organization, then if I say the president is there, then GM is there, okay, then the managers of the different departments, the deputy managers, and all. So the person who is at the middle managers, middle management, it means obviously it is a manager, just like a president who is the owner of the company, or the board of director. Okay, then there is a GM, general manager, who is looking all the departments from the organization, whether it is a production department, whether it is a quality department, whether it is a research department, or other department too, account department, and all. So he is a boss of all the department, and the department, each department have their own managers. It might be the production, it might be the process, it might be the what we call the R&D and all. Now these people who is middle managers, they should be actively involved of implementation of the TKM, because the president is not just tell you that how to implement the part. He just give the idea, he just give the vision of the organization. He's just working on the vision and mission of the organization. He's not working how to implement. That part is definitely it is to the manager. When we talk about the general manager, he is looking each and everything. So he is just motivating the managers that we need to do this one. We need to have this vision. We have this mission. We need to complete this target and all. But the middle managers who is working there, they should be actively involved of TKM. So if the person who is a middle manager, he's the managers, if he's say give the 100% of implementation of the TKM, and if he's say he's satisfied, yes, we need a TKM, and for that one he give the his effort for the implementation, and he is the key person or in the organization who can implement that part effectively. Okay, so commitment can be percolate to other levels of organization. Means slowly the deputy managers, and then the people, the team who is working under you, all these are involved. But yes, the first case, the manager should ready for making that part. If there is a union, then there should be a clear discussion regarding the purpose, approach, and end result of the effort being taken to implement the TKM. Now, as industries, there is a unions, the worker unions, and the others too. So when you are implementing some good things in your organization, then take there should be a role of these unions too. You have to just discuss with them a clear discussion about the what why we are implementing this process. Just like when we want to implement the TKM, then what is the purpose of the implementation of TQM? Many times what happened, just like for example, the timing. When we say for getting a good quality service or good quality work, we need to have a prompt timing of office hours or the industry working hours. We call working hours. So and then we say that strictly you have to follow, just like we have the biometric attendance. So when the person comes and when the person go out. Now many unions are just opposing such a part because they don't like, because for from the last 5 years, three from the 10 years, they don't have the watch on this one. Just they enter into the gate, they work and they go out. No one watch what is the timing of that they will come and go. So they found that there is some restriction on them. Now it is, we need to just to say or just to tell the things about the what is the purpose of making these things, okay, and what will be the benefit, and ultimately they are just doing a work just for the benefit, they get a salary, okay. So the purpose to be clearly discussed with the people. Approach, what is the approach over it? Now just because you are say that you are not, all the peoples are not come on the time, and that's why I'm implementing this part. Nobody accept, because some people are very hard because they are very prone to come to on the time, and just because of the hectic things, they have to just they feel very bad that even we give the good 100% to the industry and they are looking like this towards us. So for that one, approach to be clear and end result of the effort being taken to implement the TQM. And because once you discussing that one, maybe the part which we theoretically discuss in a meeting, maybe that is very difficult to implement. That is also will happen. And in such a cases, they will give the some suggestions and you just accept the suggestions if it is possible to implement. And when you do all the, when there is a the involvement of these people in the TQM, and because of that what happened, the people are very happy because they said that yes, my decision is they accepted by the management and I'm very happy because of this. What are the problems that I will face after that implementation? Now already they give the solution of it, and ultimately there is no complaint about it, okay. So this is the one of the part that we need to follow and to implement it. Their concurrence and the cooperation is necessary for the successful implementation. Each and every person from the organization, outside the organization, those who are connected with the organization. So we can, in a simple word, say it is the stakeholders. Stakeholders is what? The stakeholders means the people who is directly or indirectly working in the organization. Just like, for example, in our college, all we are stakeholders, whether it is a student, whether it is the parents, whether it is the teacher, whether it is the owner, whether it is the staff, okay. And not only this one, but the people who is on the phenolics, just like the people who is from the mess department, okay, the people who is from the hostels or the private hostels, okay. So all these are the stakeholders, directly or indirectly. Some are directly involved, some are indirectly involved, but there is an impact. Just like for example, nowadays because of the COVID and our college get closed, we are online, we meet online, and because of that what happened, where you are living, you know, hostels, private hostels, that they impacted just because the people are not be there. So ultimately there is an impact. When you are giving the 1000 2000 rupees for a mess, now they will not get that part. So ultimately what it is impacting. So all this comes under the stakeholder. So here we are say that at least the people who is closely connected to your what we call to your organization, you always take the concern about it, okay. This is very important for the implementation of the TQM. It is important that at this stage to communicate to everyone in the organization about the implementation of the TQM. So you need to have to just to communicate to each and every people, and each and every people means it doesn't mean that the president is talk with each and every people. No. So he just give the vision and mission to the people, and then slowly and slowly it get percolated among to the last man of the organization, and the last man at least the 99% people, if they are happy and they are accept the change, then your TQM is successful. Or in between, if they are just by bothering of the president, just by bothering about the boss, by bothering about the management or the managers, they just accept the change, and even from their heart they are not ready to do it, but just because theoretically they say this is the rules and regulation we need to follow. Okay, many times these are the things are happen with, even when we are a student. Many students are very interested just because we don't want to miss the attendance, and we need to engage the class, we need to have attend the class. And that's why, what is the vision is not to get a knowledge from the class. They are very much interested only to get attendance. And because of that one, just vision is what, the vision is to get attendance of that day. And ultimately what we think, okay, everybody is in a class and we give the 100% to them. But actually what happened, by heart they are not ready to accept the things, they are not ready to learn the things in a class. They just come there only for the attendance. Okay, so this is the one part. And if there is a, say the maximum people are doing like this, and because of that what happened, it is impacting on the subject. Okay, so even the same, I'm just giving this example, it is not true for you, because you all the people are ready to just learn the things. Okay, but when you talk about the industry, many times we are not accept the change, and because of that one we hurt and we are not ready to work what they say. And we always try to just knock out the things, something to just find out which may have problem to the system, and ultimately it is impacting. Okay, so here we can say there should be a proper clear communication to each and every people from the organization about the implementation of the TQM. Everyone needs to be trained in appropriate tools and techniques to learn and apply the same. So obviously when you say that everything is ready to do that part, now it is our role that appropriate tools and techniques to be used. You need to learn the people, you need to give the training to the people, what are the changes are there. Okay, it is not directly we can apply the things. Survey has to be conducted to assess the level of the understanding and commitment of the customers, suppliers and employees. This helps the benchmarking the activities for the improvement. Okay, so we can say that because of the things, okay, it may be the give the training to the people, give the appropriate tools and techniques to the, so that they can handle the things. Okay, just like a quality control. When you say when some product that you are manufacturing and the quality of that product, you just check only on the one component from it, and you say okay, from that component you say the quality is good. But after sometimes when you're doing the process, you find that product which we test by this quality is not give the true things. Just like for example, when we are testing the COVID-19 virus. Okay, so we have the two tests are there, three tests are there. The one test is rapid test where we can get a result within a half an hour. Another is the RT-PCR test. One is the CT scan. Okay, now these are the varied tests. From that one we can say the RT-PCR is the correct one. From that one it is give the 100% result or 99% result of whether the COVID is there or not. So what is that? This is a quality of that test. A same thing is happen in in the quality test in our industry too. The product which we are test, if we give the rapid test, just like a rapid antigen test, so it may be many times it will be the negative or it may be the positive. It will not, we can say we trust on them, but trust on the quality. But just because we don't have the option, and that's why we are doing that part. And in industry too, these the other things have happened. Now what to do? We need to have change the quality test. So we use the another machinery, we use the another instrument for the quality check. And the person who is working for a previous instrument, now he has to give the training. Okay, so once you change the instrumentation, you need to give the training, and once they get the training, then you will get a result. Otherwise, what happened? By the machinery instrument in our lab, but the person who is handling